everybody? It's your boy King Hussle. And yes, it is the best money and credit channel on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell. So whenever I drop new sauce, new blessings, new methods, and giveaways, you'll be the first one to be notified. You'll be the first one to know what's going on. And hey, you might be the first one to win something for free. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell on all the YouTube channels. Also, make sure you follow me on my Twitch, King Hussle Live. I do all my freebies and giveaways from those YouTube channels and their Twitch. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell so you won't miss out on nothing. Also, make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms. All you gotta do is click the title on every video. Once you click the title on every video, at the bottom in the description, all my social media links will pop up, right? Got a lot of fake King Hustle pages out there, so please get a FaceTime verification call or video to make sure you see this face. Make sure you're doing legit business and you are getting what you paid for, right? And before we get anything started, this is all educational purposes only, not telling anybody to do anything. So let's get this thing started. Hey, let's get this thing started. Hey, what to do, my real King Hustle fans, supporters, subscribers out there, my real Hustle Nation Empire family members, and we are back at it again with the gems, back at it again with the sauce, and back at it again with the information that's gonna turn you into a boss. So you tired of being a zero? You ready to be your family hero? Listen up, take a seat, get your notepad, get your pen, because you already know when I drop these videos, get them notifications. There's gonna be some information that's gonna help you win, keep you entertained, or keep you informed. And today we are back at it again with these new bank methods, these new scams, these new tactics, these new schemes that's going on in today's world. That is getting a lot of people some money. A lot of people. And it's a lot of more people in this scam and fraudulent world than it was before, for sure. 100% for sure. A lot everywhere I turn, somebody doing this method, doing that method. Somebody auntie, somebody granny, somebody little baby. So like everybody is out here getting some money with these methods, and it's a lot of people that's on the outside looking in, trying to get some money with these methods. Now, scams and fraud have been up 600 to 800% since COVID-19. COVID-19 really put scams on like the and fraudulent activity on a bigger plateau, more noticeable for the people because of social media. And due to the black culture or the urban culture being more popular on social media, we see more things like this, like stuff like this. Before COVID-19, before all PPP loans, you wasn't seeing stuff like this in videos at all. And I'm going to be 100% honest. Now it's more common that you see stuff like this in videos because of certain activities, people doing credit and making money off credit, people doing real estate, people doing scams, people doing fraud. There's more money being made in today's world, and now it's popularized to show it because everybody is trying to sell something. In order for them to sell something, they have to show that crowd that they're actually doing it to, and they're actually making money. So if they can show that they're making money and show money, that means they're really doing it. So that's going to make somebody want to come get something from them. It might be how to learn how to real estate, wholesaling real estate. It might be how to get into credit. It might be how to start your own clothing line. Like, and that's where it all stems from. Like me, I'm a businessman. Got a clothing line. I'm in real estate. I do credit. I'm a life coach, business coach. I help people get the bag the right way. Now, yes, my life comes from the cybersecurity world, the ethical hacking world. And due to me being in that world, I know a lot. I know how to do a lot. Not a scammer, not a fraudster. I'm not committing check fraud. I'm not committing credit card fraud. But do I know people who have done it? Yes. Do I know about it? Yes. So remember, like I told you guys, it's three different people: scammers, fraudsters, and hackers. The hackers are the plug, the scammers and the fraudsters are the workers. You put the two and two together. I was an ethical hacker. And still am an ethical hacker. There's nothing wrong with being an ethical hacker at all. Ethical hackers make a lot of money. The ethical hackers help businesses create stronger security databases. Ethical hackers get paid some decent money. Ethical hackers get paid to help people get into old Bitcoin accounts that they couldn't figure out the password to. Ethical hackers help people get into old accounts that they can, stuff like that, for positive reasons. So people who know me and not new, not like 6 years ago was probably 12 years old and just turning 18, who don't know nothing about nothing, listen, just go do your research. Everything is documented. It's on YouTube. All you gotta do is go to my other page, Monkey Made King Hustle, or even on this page. All you gotta do is go click on oldest videos, and it'll show you the oldest videos. They go back 6 years, and you'll be like, oh man, he been talking about this stuff. He a goat, of course. But you all know as you elevate, you grow, and you become successful, and you do different things and better things, and then you just you get to talk about the things that happened in the past and that you've done in the past that you're no longer doing. So these new bank methods and these new scams that's going on, that's elevated. Everybody is getting into the fast money world. Everybody want to make some quick, fast cash. People are tired of working these 9 to 5 jobs and working for the man. Everybody want to be their own boss, and everybody want to just live life and drive fancy cars and do this and do that. So what's going on with these banks and these new methods? Well, due to the banks and the government and these systems making it easier for people to be able to get loans, credit cards, lines of credits, and open up bank accounts, they're making it easier for the scammers and the fraudsters. Now, how are they doing that? By banks now making it available for people to open up bank accounts online, apply for loans online, credit cards online, accept loan offers online, do everything from online. Like you can literally get approved for a credit card, a loan, line of credit, all online without going into a bank physically. You can do it all online. They make it easier for the people, right? Which is making it easier for a scammer or a fraudster. Now, why is it making it easier for, and how is it making it easier for a scammer or fraudster? Well, first of all, when it comes to fraud, a lot of fraud revolves around identity theft. Scams have nothing to do with identity theft. It's all fraudulent activity that deals with identity theft. So pre-built CPNs is identity theft. Now, a lot of people hear CPNs. Somebody the other day was talking to me about a CPN. They was telling me like they was trying to get one. They looking for somebody that got these CPNs so they can go bury they pops and stuff like that. And I'm confused. Like, what do you mean you trying to get a CPN to go bury your pop? Like, what do you think you're actually like? What do you think a CPN is? And a lot of people have the inaccurate information on a CPN. Like, people really think believe the wrong information that they got. So listen, people will say anything, right? People will say, I got these CPNs. There's pre-built CPNs and there's CPNs. People got to start utilizing their brain and their cabeza. There's no way for a credit profile to already have a credit score and anything unless it's already established. And the only way a credit profile can already be established if it's somebody's credit profile. CPNs are numbers, and we all know where numbers are, that have not been issued to anybody, and they find these numbers and they basically create a profile utilizing their information, nobody else's information, their name, their information, their birthday, all that. Everything is the same, but the number and the address that's going to be attached to that number. Now, the problem is people want to do to get money now. They don't want to wait and wait. They don't got time to wait and do different things and do different tactics. So the reason why they use pre-built CPNs because it's already a credit profile to it, it's already aged, it's already mature, and people can get fulls and profiles from different places. Now, like I told you guys all the time, whatever you can do in your name, in your profile, somebody else can do the exact same thing, and they make it they make us so vulnerable out here because, like I said, there's so many different places where people is getting this information, not just the dark web. For example, People who work at the banks, when we call the bank and gotta check on something or whatever, and we talking to the representative, they're not at the bank. They're at home, looking on the computer, looking at our personal information. So who's to say who's with that person while they're at home? Let me give you another example. I knew somebody who worked at, and I'm not gonna say the company's name, but they worked at a call center for a certain company, and they worked from home 3 times out the week, and they went in the office 2 times out the week. The little call center. Every day that was she wasn't at the call center. So by me, so when she was at home, she were literally like we would be laying in the bed. Like put it like this, she will listen. That's how I know. She'd have her laptop, she'd be laying in the bed, and whatever we'd do, she'd end up falling asleep all the time. But I used to just sit back like, man, look at all this information that's right here. Like, that's how vulnerable we are. If I was somebody, it'd be, you know what I'm saying, right there for me. But that just bright like, man, so just imagine all these other people who are working from home and working on laptops and got this and who's to say they whoever they are around you never know what's going on in somebody's brain. You never know what pops up because somebody might see that and some light bulb might pop up because what they're seeing is connected to what they could be or trying to do. So fulls and profiles are very powerful. What are fulls? What are profiles? Fulls slash profiles. Now, a lot of people have a lot of misconceptions on fulls and profiles. Fulls and profiles are basically somebody's full information or somebody's credit profile or profile, like profile. And a lot of people say, well, don't fulls come with credit card and debit card information? Not all the time. Why? Because everybody doesn't have a credit card, everybody doesn't have a debit card. Everybody more than likely is gonna come with a account around bank account information, stuff like that. See, a lot of people throw different terminologies around, and people think different things are different stuff, and then they be asking for things that's not right, and then so it's people are followers, and like I said, this is what's going on in the dark world, a real world that people are in that's going on that's real in today, like so it's all about being more knowledgeable, more aware of what's going on because nobody wants to be a victim of any of identity theft at all. Not you, not me, nobody. So to know what's going on will help you be more aware, more cautious to be more safe. So CPNs, pre-built CPNs, identity theft CPNs are new profiles that are is not nobody's stolen identity, none of that. But people use pre-built CPNs because it's already established, so it helps them, the scammer, the fraudster, be able to get loans, credit cards, lines of credit, apartments, and things like that easier. Well, not even say easier, faster, but it's people got to understand that people be so thirsty that they put themselves in the wrong position when they be doing these methods. I'm gonna just say it like that. Like a lot of times, people go into the banks and do different things where everything could be done online, and that's what a lot of people are starting to figure out. So now people are getting these fools and from different places, these profiles from different places, and opening up accounts, bank accounts to open up credit card accounts and get loans, credit cards, lines of credit. And if it's done online, it makes it easier for the fraudster because a lot of all the documentation is going to be basically virtual. And there are places on the internet where you can get virtual driver's license IDs that look 100% real. You can create documentations. You can do anything and everything that you want to do online on the clear net at that. Then everything is based on documentation. So if a fraudster has somebody's profile, their information, their birthday, SSN number, all that, they got all this different information. It's being done on a daily basis. So it's not like People are doing this on a daily basis, and people are becoming victim on a daily basis because of this. Getting loans and credit cards and lines of credit in other people's names, getting apartments, getting cars in other people's names. And banks really can't do anything about it until that person is alerted and they say something. Because if they're doing all this online and going through AI generated services and sending in documentations that when we get driver's license and IDs, it's black and white, it's a photocopy. Like, they're making it easier for the scammers and the fraudsters out here to commit these crimes. People applying it for different places because, like I said, when people learn, knowledge is power. Depending on what knowledge you got, will determine what power you use it for. People are learning how many credit cards you can apply for under each credit bureau. Once they learn that, they say, okay, what banks pull from which credit bureaus? So once they figure out that, they know to pull, go to these three banks and pull, get credit cards from these 3 to 4 banks. Go to these banks to get another three card for this under this credit bureau. So now they got 12 credit cards for $8,000. You do the math on that. And they pulling out 5,000 cash advance on each of these credit cards in somebody else's name, utilizing Fullz and profiles, getting loans sent to fraudulent accounts that they opened up online with debit cards, maturing it as if it's a real account with these Fullz and profiles. These tactics and methods are happening on a daily basis. But more times out of 10, people end up figuring out and finding out that people are doing these fraudulent activities in their name. And sometimes people, like, banks, do their due diligence too. Now, don't get confused. Like, it's just all sweet out here, but people just using fools as pre-built CPNs because we see it on a daily basis. People get caught all the time, but there are cases where people don't get caught, and people are making a lot of money selling the method or getting money from the credit cards. People are whatever. People do a lot of different things. Wherever there's money being made, you can best believe somebody gonna figure out how to utilize it as a fraudulent activity or a scam. So it's just all about being more safe, being more cautious, and being more aware because banks really can't do anything about it if somebody is doing something online. I mean, it just all depends on the documentation that's being sent in, and there's so many places out here that are basically creating pinpoint documentations and information to provide that is almost impossible to point out if it's fraudulent or not. And car dealerships and banks are getting more fraudulent information and more fraudulent applications on a daily basis. And people are, listen, businesses let fraudulent stuff slide too sometimes because they need to make money off people from car loans, banks, all that. So sometimes they be knowing and just slide it through just so they can get that, whatever. So everybody committing some type of scam or fraud in some type of way. It's just the real world that we live in. We are in a real crazy world that are a lot of people doing a lot of crazy things. These are real situations that's happening. So it's all about being more safe, being more cautious, and being more aware out there because nobody wants to become a victim of any type of identity theft, no type of CPN, pre-built CPN. Nobody wants to look them like, hey, you got a whole Mercedes Benz in your name. Like, what? And the crazy thing about that is sometimes people actually get these cars and other people's names and actually make the payments on them and actually help build somebody's credit score. Like, it's real crazy what sometimes what people do. So like I tell you guys all the time, be more safe, be more cautious, and be more aware of what's going on. Make sure you guys are getting your Norton LifeLock to monitor all your social media accounts and financial accounts to make sure no suspicious activity is going on. And monitor the dark web to make sure none of your personal information is on there floating around for anybody to buy and get any type of cars, loans, credit cards, lines of credit, and apartments in your name. Hold on, cuz. Why y'all ain't tell me? Hold on. I'm trying to see. All right, there you go. I don't know why that wasn't up there. Also, make sure you guys are getting new credit card and debit card numbers every so often. Every time we tap, insert, and swipe, we them that information is being stored on the database, and we all know it's always a compromised leak or hack that's going on. So make sure you guys are getting new credit card and debit card numbers every so often, because once you do, it's a brand new fresh start. That old information will no longer be valid, and if you never use that card information anywhere, then nobody can steal it or compromise or be in your system. So make sure you guys are getting new debit card and credit card numbers every so often to get a fresh start from all the places we tapped, swiped, inserted, and ordered online. Also, make sure you guys are freezing your credit profiles, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian if you are not utilizing it, so nobody can get anything in your name from loans, credit cards, lines, credit departments, or cards. All right, so make sure you guys are staying more safe, staying more cautious, and being more aware of what's going on in this real crazy world that we are living in. And I know how to get down to these videos. I'll see you at the next lesson video or live. Peace. But make sure you guys stay more safe, stay more cautious, and be more aware. Shout out to all my Real King Hustle fans, supporters, subscribers out there, because without y'all, there'd be no me. Y'all motivate me to keep going. Y'all motivate me to keep dropping the sauce. And y'all motivate me to keep y'all entertained. So shout out to all of y'all. Anybody out there that's tired of being broke, because it ain't no joke, let's get to work. FaceTime, one-on-one limited gyms are $1,000. But for limited time only, I'm doing them for 600. That's 600 Cash App or Bitcoin payment. Once the 600 is on your Cash App or Bitcoin balance, send me a screenshot. Let me know your payment ready, and we will go from there. All right, no screenshots, no replies, no 21 questions, and please do not yell me. Make sure y'all booking y'all see on the webinars Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. 250. Ask me and get help with anything that you want to get help with. So make sure y'all ready for that. Make sure y'all book y'all see on the crypto tour, Impression Limit Gems 3,500. Make sure y'all book y'all see on the month long mentorship $1,000. Make sure y'all checking out my vendor platforms on Telegram and the Potato App Millionaire Network and World. Still looking for people for the production company. Make sure y'all subscribe and hit the all notification bell on all my YouTube channels, my Twitches, my IGs, and TikToks. Make sure y'all checking out the crypto world, because it's changing people's lives. Make sure y'all getting in where y'all fit in with these load ups, 120 and up. All right, y'all know what's going on. You trying to get the bag. You tired of being broke, because it ain't no joke. 120 can change your life. All right, so with that being said, send me the screenshots. Let me know you payment ready. We're going to go from there. And with that being said, it's your boy King Hustle. Y'all know how to get down in these videos. I'll see you at the next lesson video or live. Peace.